What makes Pokemon Snap unique? With its 20th anniversary having just passed, it's old news to mention how popular the Pokemon franchise was in the 90s, but what's baffling is how between just the original Red and Blue and the sequels Gold and Silver saw the release of the TV show, the trading card game, and even 6 other video games just to cash in on the craze. Many of the titles were either quite simple or even just skins of other games, but one brought something new to the Pokemon series: the art of photography. Pokemon Snap was released in March 1999 and was merely going to be a photography game with no Pokemon at all. Development decided to make the title a Pokemon game to give the players more motivation to take quality pictures. The addition of Pokemon didn't just make the game a commercial success, it really did make the photography aspects more exciting. Fans would go as far to say that Pokemon Snap does the best job of all Pokemon spin-off titles at enhancing the series, rather than being late 90s shovelware. Many fans still long for the day that Pokemon Snap 2 finally gets announced, if ever. What makes Pokemon Snap unique is how it truly brings the Pokemon world to life unlike any other game in the franchise. One of the biggest issues of the main series Pokemon games is that they don't capture a Pokemon's personality. The combat is turn-based, and it wasn't until recent games where Pokemon actually showed some character. Considering that the Pokemon world is a reimagining of the real world, it doesn't really feel alive when the most interaction players get with Pokemon is either them suddenly jumping out of a bush or simply standing around as an NPC. This is where Pokemon Snap mixes it up. The gameplay isn't very deep or complex, but even though players don't get to explore the areas, they do get to see Pokemon in their natural habitat. It's a pleasant experience to see what the Pokédex mentioned about Pokemon actually happening. Electrode exploding from getting agitated, Charmander evolving into a Charmeleon to protect himself from Magmar, and good old Meowth trying to scare players are all actions expected of these creatures. The characteristics are very basic, but because of the context that Pokemon fans have of these critters, these simplistic yet distinctive actions strike a nerve and feel as if this is how Pokemon would actually act in the real world. And Pokemon fans are rewarded for their knowledge of these creatures. Knowing that Slowpoke evolves when a Shelder bites its tail, or knowing that the Pokeflute can wake up Snorlax not only helps in the gameplay department, but made fans feel like true Pokemon masters as they flexed their knowledge of these simple creatures. It may make the experience almost exclusive to Pokemon fans, but that is just a testament to how big the Pokemon fandom had become in just a few years. Had the game not have had Pokemon and was merely a photography game, it could be assumed that the wildlife would have been handled similarly, using bait to draw them close, making noise to attract them or spook them, however the game plans to work. But yet, the fact that it's Pokemon, a world that is full of information and descriptions of these creatures as if they were real, have never truly portrayed them as living beings in any game other than Pokemon Snap. And that is what makes Pokemon Snap unique. If you enjoyed this video, click that like button, and if you want to see more videos that discuss what makes any video game stand out, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.